The market's mainly up, but end the day mixed. My name is D7 here at Grok Trade Tuesday, April 19th, 2016. And here we are looking at the markets. You have everybody up but NASDAQ. NASDAQ down, 0.61%. Banks, though, up a whopping 1.31%, giving us a financial supporting that move, too, up more than 1%, 1.25%, supporting today's rally to the upside. But NASDAQ would have no part in that. Crude oil, big pop, 2.65% higher. Gold up more than 1.5%, but silver up 4.54%. And the VIX increases 1%. So meaning that the fear did increase. And here we are taking a look at the markets. Let's look at this, bring in some more data. All right, here we are. Spiders, close this up. And we have this pop. And what was interesting, I added another line here, and this line comes over to this swing high, which puts us December 4th, 2015, December 4th, 2015. And it comes over, and we come up, down, and then we close above that. Now, after a run up, this is called a hanging man. This is a reversal pattern called a hanging man. If we do get a lower low, but it needs to go lower than these two lines, this red line and this blue line. That happens, chances are it will start its descent. But here's the big benefit to the markets is this. You popped up over a lot of resistance here. But as we talked about yesterday's video, look at the weekly chart here. The weekly chart, pop. We're at this trend line coming across. And so far for the week, we are now over this area. But we paused at this line coming across. See this line? Resistance right here. Over, and that's right where we're at, right there. It's a big time area of resistance, and I think that this will simmer back down before the week's end. I'm not convinced that we're going to stay over these areas where we can continue going higher here. Because of that, as you know, I unloaded my longs, so I am right now flat the market because we're too extended to the upside for me to feel comfortable putting long positions or keeping long positions on the table. Once I saw a little weakness, I went ahead, took that as a signal to come out of the market. Let's look at a couple other things here. We have NASDAQ, which is very interesting. Now, this one, I want you to pay attention to it. And I referred to this yesterday in the video. And first, we're going higher in a pinching wedge. Okay. We have a bearish divergence on the MACD. All right. So we're set up to drop. Massive volume on a bearish day. At one point, we crashed down below a support line, but we rallied back above it to close, still within the two trend lines. The problem here is price action is staying in the lower half of this rising wedge, the lower quadrant, or lower half, if you will. And I think that we're starting to toy with a breakdown. This, to me, looks like a short, especially if we get below the 20-day moving average on the Qs or on the NASDAQ. If we get below the 20-day, look for this market to start falling out of bed. Crude oil on the daily, we had the big gap down run up and then boom to the upside here. So I think that this thing is going to run into resistance fairly soon. It is a rising wedge. If we do find resistance there, it should drop. However, we did only pull back halfway in this triangle, or wedge, if you will, and rallied. If this thing breaks through, which it certainly could, I need it to break through the blue line too. Again, this is crude oil. Gold popped up above a trend line, but closed below it, so we're at resistance at this moment. So I think that we have trouble for gold. Silver is on fire. Had a trend line coming up, that I just got rid of, and I was saying this looks like has more downside potential unless it broke out, and sure enough it broke out and did so on huge volume. Boom, to the upside, and broke over resistance level here, and that is rock solid, gang, rock solid. So I took the down arrow off at this moment. We have a big gap here that might want to fill itself, but any way you look at it, this became a high base, up, base, base, almost a little pinching pattern, a bullish pennant, and then boom to the upside. Silver's looking strong. Oh, by the way, we have a prospect looking to come to Vegas. Now listen, you were caught in some, from what my understanding is, and you're working with Keisha, my assistant right now, and she let me know that you had some silver contracts out there, and I'll just give your first name, Jeff, but I'm talking to you. You have some, you had some contracts on silver. You were underwater on these. You have 5 weeks until expiration date. And listen, let me first say this. We're educators. We're traders first, educators second, but we're not licensed brokers, meaning that we cannot give you financial advice. You need to consult a licensed broker for financial advice. However, one of the things that we teach in trading is how to manage your positions. Now, none of our students should ever get caught like you got caught in this. And you're being bailed out by the markets as we speak. So this is working out big time in your favor. Your solution here is to put a trailing stop on based off of the underlying asset, based off of the stock or ETF itself. So it's a contingent order that you would use, and that contingent order would be a stop loss to trigger your sell of the silver contracts, and that's how you could do it. So it's a trailing stop based off the underlying asset using a contingent order. Now, a lot of you guys, that's way over your head. Here's the bottom line: stay away from options. You guys trade options. I've been teaching this I've been trading 18 years, been teaching this, oh man, how long have I been teaching this now? 10 something? But I was an options instructor. Oh, by the way, Jeff, sell that dude 2 weeks before expiration or theta will kill you. So the time decay. Now, this is Greek to a lot of you guys. Bottom line is this: I've mentored a ton of people, and a lot of them who come to me lost a ton of money. If I had to guess, I would say the losses were somewhere around $35 million with all my students who lost options before they came to me for mentoring. We suggest that people do not trade options because it is a way for the undereducated to lose a ton of money. Even those who are well educated can lose a ton of money in options. So the idea is to trade items, entities, securities that have fewer variables that you have to be correct on. So anyway, mentoring, by the way, is right around the corner. Do something crazy in your life and say, you know what, I haven't given it serious thought to go to Vegas, but what do I have to lose to go to Vegas to be mentored by Meerkat and D7? Every student that goes through the mentoring always has this one comment: how come I didn't do this sooner? We're here to help you. Go to Grok Trade. When you go to Grok Trade, click on Trading Mentor, fill out the form. We'll just give you more information on that. It doesn't hurt to be more educated on what's coming up. All right. If you like it, we'll see you.